Hello and welcome. I am Scrapperlock, and this is City of Heroes on the Rebirth server. We are with Quintessence last hour, level 35 Brute. We have 3 million experience earned with 600,000 to go to get to level 36 in our next three enhancement slots, and we're on a story arc for Philippa Moreau, but you have missed a little bit, about an hour of play. So let me explain. We got to level 35 in the last episode that I shot, but will not be posting. We picked up the power Energize, which it reduces the endurance cost of all our powers for 30 seconds, but also gives us an instant heal. It's a 2-minute recharge. So we're definitely going to want to put recharge enhancers on it bit by bit. A lot of powers need recharge enhancers. So in the previous episode, I did a couple of missions. They were short. I got to 22 minutes, and then I ended up in this brutally long mission to rescue the Kellermans. And it's a really long mission that is escort across multiple floors. I got very aggravated during it. I did a lot of grumbling and complaining, and I don't think it would have been a lot of fun for anybody to watch that part of the episode. And I considered editing the second half out, but the first half was really short, and so in the end I decided I'm not going to post that video. So I do apologize for that, but you didn't really miss much because we were just trying to rescue the Kellermans repeatedly from the Cray. So the Kellermans have been through a lot, she says, at Cray's hands. Quintessence last, kidnapping, manipulation, attempted murder. Ken Kellerman's memory was even temporarily altered, for crying out loud. Nevertheless, he's willing to come forward with everything he knows about Cray's mind control techniques. He even told us where to find the Cray Mind Control Center. It's time to take it out. Are you ready? Yes, we're going to take it out. Are they ever going to admit that they were at fault? Of course not, because they are Cray. Oh, wait. Before we go anywhere, let me go to the hospital and grab some accuracies. One of the things I definitely was grumbling about was all of the missing that I was doing against the many plus threes in that mission. I got a series of misstreaks in the same room that was just it really defied belief. Where I missed, in an attack chain of 5, I missed 3 or 4 of the 5. Even though I had a 60 or 75% chance to hit, I was missing 60 to 75%, 80% of the time. It was incredibly frustrating, and I was grumbling about that too. So it's probably for the best that you folks aren't going to be watching that particular episode. Hopefully, no one minds too much. I think it would not be really worth it for most people. I know it's not fun to listen to somebody constantly griping, and in fact, back during the Tiger Strike videos, there were some where I was doing a lot of escort missions, and I was getting very frustrated with Tiger Strike, and I basically did nothing but complain the whole time. And someone even made the comment, which I've taken to heart and tried not to be too complainy ever since. That he said, "Yes, I understand you're frustrated, but it really is not enjoyable to watch, 45 minutes of somebody just doing nothing but complaining about the game they're playing." And I agree. So I wasn't 45 minutes, but it was long enough that I don't think anybody really would want to watch it. Okay, so now this mission is going to be only +1 because I don't think this mission can go above 35, which means +1 to 35 would be 36. They claim to be a level 36 mission, but these guys should be level 37 or higher, and they're level 36. So I think we're just going to have to face easy targets. I don't think they can go above a certain level. And so we're just going to have to live with that for this particular mission until the story arc is over, which I think will happen in this mission. You can see I'm still missing like crazy. And so this is the end of Season 3. Our next season will be Season 4, which will begin when we get to our next story arc after we finish this one. Don't know how long that'll take. It's just going to be, it's just going to depend on, oh, here we got our +2s. It's just going to depend on how quickly I can get into it from one of the next contacts. Now, you see all of those misses Our to hit is 45%. We should still be hitting 50% of the time. And by the way, we're at 45% with an accuracy inspiration, which is just nuts. Let's try another one. And this is what I don't like, is the extremity, right? They can take me from a base to hit of like 85 to 45% by turning on one power. I just don't think individual powers should be that over the top. Especially for something... Oh, this is a boss. Alright, well, maybe. I thought this was a lieutenant. If it's a boss, I guess I can see it. I stand corrected. Bosses should be a little over the top. I thought that was a lieutenant. I apologize. Alright, well... What we're looking for is 2 devices. And a computer program. Yeah, so I guess we are getting +2s. I'm surprised. I thought this mission kind of capped out at 35, but it's good that we're getting +2s because it's more of a challenge. I mean, to some degree, the missing I've brought on myself because, you know, we're running at +2, and so that immediately takes my base to hit. You know, we're not base to hit doesn't change, but it takes my default to hit down to something like -10 of where it would be if it were +1s or +0s. Let's go ahead and put our heal on. There we go, very nice. And now for the next 30 seconds, all of our powers will cost a lot less endurance, which is pretty cool. I'm liking this combo of energy aura plus dark melee. They're both, they both give you an ability to regain endurance a lot and some healing, and it sort of complements each other, which is quite nice. Let's take out the radiologist first because they debuff. There we go. I'm really liking that Midnight Grasp. My biggest problem with this character right now is just how many slots I need. Alright, let's clean out this level before we go up to the next one. Just make sure we get everything. I guess we kind of got everything. I don't hear any glowies. So we should be alright. Okay. Next level. As you know by now, if you've been watching my videos, sorry I just bumped the microphone. As you know by now, there could be up to 5 levels in a base of this sort. And there's the first glowy. Still missing like crazy, even against yellows. Alright, so there's our first glowy. And that is the computer program we needed, so now we just need to find the 2 devices that go along with it. So we only have one power of our main primary and secondary combo left to go, and that is Overload. The rest of our powers are in. Overload looks like it increases our defense, recovery, max hit points, and resistance. That is nice. So that's a panic power. Panic powers being powers that are designed. We don't want this guy healing. It'll just make the battle take forever. Panic powers are powers that are designed to be useful in dire circumstances. Your character's getting beat on. It's oh crap, and you use the panic power to kind of get out of trouble. I assume everybody understands what I mean by panic power. Alright, so there's an elevator here. There are some guys over here, and we got to check for glowies. It's definitely the case at this point. Although plus 3s are a bit rough, plus 1s are just too weak. And there is another boss. Okay, at least I know he's a boss this time. So I know to, like, overload the yellows. Still missing a lot, but at least we're hitting some of the time. There we go. And he should not be able to hit me very easily because of all the debuffs I have him under. He's operating at about minus 25, and that's the end of him. And look at that, 16,000 XP for that guy. Well, this is a dead end. I don't think we need to fight all these guys, so let's head back. Since there aren't any glowies, then we'll go down the elevator to floor number 3. And let's see if we can find these 2 devices. I'm not even sure what they look like. Medic first. Still missed. Oh, I love getting 2 at once. Getting a lot of enhancements still. Alright, so there's another level, but I'm going to pop that on there so we know which way to go. But there's still a whole lot more left of this level, so before we head up, we need to check it. And you know, one thing I'd forgotten about that I noticed when I was playing, and obviously remembered when I was playing Silver Phoenix for a couple of days, a few days ago, which obviously I couldn't film. There's another row of inspirations coming. I always forget about that because we stick with 3 rows for so many levels that I often forget that there's a 4th row coming. And there's our first device, so it's a good thing we checked. Radiologist. Massively debuffing me now. Look at this. Just can't hit him at all. There we go. That should end the debuff. And we get to our first glowy. So that means that the last one will probably be on the next level. But we'll have to see. Oh, I don't have my stealth on. I'm such a dummy. That's because of the lead out from the Kellermans. Okay, so there's nobody in there. There's no glowy in there. We're going to have to go to the next floor, so we will go ahead and do that. Alright, we have been instructed to defeat everybody. And there's the final glowy, the Mnemonic Eraser. And there's another boss. Let's go get him. This one's only red, so he should be much easier to deal with. Or a little easier to deal with, let's put it that way. There we go. Like to see that. I like doing AoEs. And there we go. So now these guys are probably the last ones we're going to have to wipe out. Well, no, we may have to wipe the whole room because we have to defeat Giacomo and his assistants. That was Giacomo, right? Yeah. So here's the last device. So now we'll just probably have to take out everybody left in this room and we should be good. So this should end the mission, I think. And that is it. And we got some reward merits, so that means the story arc is over. We now have... I'm maxed on salvage again. We now have 639 reward merits, so we could theoretically see if we can get one more of these. Unrelenting Furies. We have the Damage Endurance Recharge and the Recharge Chance for Regen Endurance Discount. So I'm going to have to check that with the reward merit vendor and see if it's possible, or if we have to wait a couple days. I think we might have to wait. Let's just check before we finish up this story arc and see. So we just need the influence, it looks like. It is showing him to me. Okay. So we might be able to buy one after all. Probably between now and the next episode. Philippa says the police have tried to question Dr. Giacomo about Cray's mind control process, but it looks like he had some kind of mental failsafe in place and most of his memory is gone. The Kellermans are safe again, thanks to you, and Countess Cray sent along her thanks for cleaning up the corruption in her company. She even offered to pay for a private detective to restore all the records of that Cray Security erased. Now the Kellermans and Tracy Temple to get back to their normal lives. Ever notice how all the bad things Cray does never get back to the Countess herself? Yeah, I noticed, Philippa. She's a bad dude, as it were. So let's see. Do we have any new contacts? There's Tina Chung introducing us to a new contact. Jenny Firkins. She's introducing us to a new contact. Ginger Yates. And Anton Sampson's also a new contact. So we got a whole bunch of new contacts. Let's start with Anton. I don't remember who his who the enemies are that you fight with him. We'll just go grab him. Founders Falls. Oh, and you know what? I need to check the auction house because I put a couple of things up there, and I was just in there. No, nothing sold, so that's fine. We have 13 million influence. I'll send along some more influence so that we can buy that Brutes, what is it? Unrelenting Fury. I should be able to get one for me and one using Tiger Strike, and that'll get us to 4 of the 6. And then I would think in about 3 or 4 episodes into Season 4, we should have the other 2, and then we'll be able to slot that probably into Smite, or maybe Shadow Punch. Probably Smite, which is a better attack than Shadow Punch. Alright, let's see. Anton Sampson. Let's go have a talk, Anton. So we'll do one mission, guys, and then I'm going to stop until he gives us a story arc, unless he gives us a story arc immediately, in which case I'll stop this episode and tomorrow film another one right away with him. We're already halfway through the leveling of this zone. This has gone very quickly. Part of it's just because this character is, pardon my French, but such a badass. She's awesome. Okay. Oh, we're going to fight Nemesis? This is awesome, because you mentioned Nemesis here in the beginning. So I've got a mission for you, Quintessence. Last very hush hush. I just got word that a local warehouse is storing a bunch of arms and equipment for the Nemesis army. I've spoken to a foreman, and he's agreed to let you take a quick look around. If we can figure out what Nemesis' big next move is, we might be able to prevent it. Sure you will. Nemesis has plans within plans within plans within plans. Already 22 minutes in, so I think we're going to just insta-teleport. I think this is a fairly short mission, but I could be wrong. If it's long, I apologize in advance. This will be our only one until we get onto a story arc with this guy. I wonder if this is... Are we out of order on this? I feel like there's another mission with somebody else. And I can't remember who. Council? Where you find like a secret guy in the back and it's a Nemesis lieutenant. It's supposed to be the first one you fight. Maybe I skipped that. Maybe that was in the lower 30s. And where you find out like Nemesis is becoming active again. This one kind of is jumping, sort of jumping the gun. So I must have missed something. Okay, this isn't that short. This is a pretty long one. Not gonna be. I don't think it's gonna be super long, but we will not be able to use our stealth in here to hide if there are snipers, because the snipers can see through a lot of the stealthy abilities. I think. And I misread this guy's name in this tiny little font above his head. I wasn't looking up in the left here. I read him as Armiger Sergeant, not Surgeon. Or I would have realized to attack him first. Not a big deal, but just in terms of best practices, you should attack the healers first. Right, so that they don't... look at that, I double missed these guys. Attack the healers first so that they don't heal the other guy. Right, because it just makes your job that much harder. Here a glowy. And And they're trying to destroy evidence, I believe. So we're going to make sure that they do not attack the thingy. We got to watch out. They do AoEs. We got to make sure that we don't, that they don't do damage to that thing. Got him. Found a clue. 5 more crates to search. 1, 2. I wonder if the snipers would shoot at that thing if this was a sniper. You know? I don't know. I really don't know what would happen there. Like, if a sniper had showed up on the other side of the door, would he be able to shoot that? Whatever they are, the gas canisters that the Nemesis guys were, I guess, trying to destroy. And there is a sergeant, but we don't want to defeat him first. This is one of the cases where we do lieutenants last, because they will buff when they go down. They buff their neighboring minions and anybody else, basically any other NPC in the area. Look at this, 50% missing. Almost literally 50%. I like that I can just self-heal without having to hit anybody now. Should have him now. There we go. So we just have this doorway left. And there's a sniper. And yes, he did see through my whatchamacallit, my stealth. And that was rough because I missed, I think, twice on the self-heal. And the other self-heal wasn't ready to go. Right? The one that takes the 2-hit missed. And the one that automatically applies to me, because it's just a power and not an attack, was not ready. It still got 20 seconds before it recharges, and it had 40-something during that fight. There we go. That heal hit. And there's another sergeant. I do like with the Nemesis that there are some tactics. You know what I mean? You have to know who to hit first, right? If the snipers are there as the quote-unquote lieutenants, because they're basically ranked like a lieutenant, you need to hit them first, right? Somebody just shot me, a sniper. Where? Or no, it's that guy. If the snipers are present, you need to hit them first. If the sergeants are present, you need to hit them first. All right, now what did I do that for? I went out there just to make sure there wasn't anybody close enough to this guy that when he goes down, he buffs them. Because my missing will even get worse. Right, because it gives them like plus 25% defense or something. And then you just can't even hit them. But fortunately, nobody was close enough. And I see the glowy, one glowy over there. Looks like we missed something. Because there's a whole section of this map that we haven't done. But maybe it'll reveal where the last one is once we get this guy. And there's a sniper attacking me. Okay. We need to get this sniper because they shoot really fast and they do massive amounts of damage. And they're very accurate. And by coming up here and hitting him, right, we are decreasing his accuracy, which is very important. Sergeant last. There we go. That takes care of him, and now the sergeant can't do anything to me before I kick his butt. This character is great for soloing because of all this self-healing, enemy debuffing, self-buffing, endurance. She really is sort of like a one-man super team. She can heal herself, she can buff herself, she can control the enemy a little bit, she can debuff the enemy. Quite cool. So seek Nemesis plan. What else are we missing? Gas tank? I mean, do I have to blow it up? I mean, I don't see anything over here. Well, this is a new one for me. I'm not sure what I missed. There's nobody around here. Ah. There's an enemy we missed. Oh, somebody up on the shelves, which is not where they're supposed to spawn. And that's the mission, guys. Out we go. Wow, that is a really long load time. Talk to Philippa Moreau. Okay, so we need to talk to her. So let's head over there, and then we will stop. So it's just a quick train ride, so we'll go ahead and do that. Wouldn't it be cool if you could super jump like that in real life? Man, it'd be an awesome power. That you could just super jump to the tops of skyscrapers and stuff. Man, that'd be awesome. Every once in a while when I'm outside looking at birds for my zoology class and I see them, like, there's a little kind of a bell tower in the front of my complex, and I see a bird sitting up there chirping away, and I always think how much I envy them that they can just get up anywhere they want just by flying. Man, it would be cool to fly. But I'd take super jump too. It's a really fun power, and it gets you just about everywhere. Sure, I can tell you all about Nemesis' first attempt to gas the United States. Not that it'll help see Quintessence last, I just don't believe he's actually playing the same tune again. That's not how the classic Nemesis operated. He was dangerously cunning, capable of running multiple interlocking plans at once, and he'd never tried the same plan twice. From what I've seen of Nemesis this time, whether it's the original or not, I think he's just as capable and just as devious. You may not want to hear this, Quintessence last, but that whole warehouse mission was staged. That's right. Staged. I've done some digging on my own to confirm my suspicions, and lo and behold, the whole operation is gone. No foreman, no workers, nada. Face it, Quintessence lass. Nemesis was trying to get you and Anton Sampson so wrapped up in this fake plot you'd never see his real intentions. Luckily, I've got another lead for you to follow up. I don't know if it's something we can trust, but I heard there's a lot of activity in another Nemesis base. You can check it out, and you're an idiot for attacking right in front of a contact. I mean, I remember somebody. Well, I mean, I guess it doesn't matter on this server because there are so few heroes, and you know, I guess it doesn't matter that much here. But I remember somebody saying on the forums in COH, like, "How stupid are you to start a fight near a contact? All these superheroes that are level 35, 37, 32 are showing up here to talk to her, and you're going to try to commit a crime on this little island right in front of Philippa Moreau, who A, is a contact and can send superheroes after you, and B, is somebody that is being regularly visited by the superheroes." But then, as somebody else pointed out, the Hellions are stupid enough to commit crimes right across the street from City Hall, where every superhero in the entire city is going to register. It is like the dumbest thing you could possibly do. It's so nice that the villains are stupid. Okay, guys. We're going to stop here. I probably won't show you checking out the Nemesis base since we're not on a story arc for Samson. If you want to see all these details, you can watch the Silver Phoenix and Tiger Strike storylines. Until next time, I am Scrapperlock, and this has been City of Heroes on the Rebirth server.